Talk with the GO MRI man. Spread the knowledge. Motivate the people.
Hey everyone, welcome back to MRI Man's channel. Today we are doing Q&A. So we're just answering some questions that have been piling up. So we're just trying to catch up with that. And we're having lunch right now. We're having Yanagi sushi, rainbow roll, and this Alaskan salmon roll. All right, well, let's get into it.
All right. So, yeah, we get questions all the time, every day. Check that out. And yeah, we're gonna start. So, sometimes we get these really long questions and I don't even know where to start. So this one comes from a guy, says, yeah, I'm 21, currently in El Camino College, California, interested in radiology. So he has a few questions. He says, is it expensive living in California? Is it affordable with a major in X-ray and an MR degree? I mean, none of us want to live paycheck to paycheck, and no one wants to live that lifestyle. And he's saying, like, after 2 years experience in MRI, am I gonna be able to make it? He wants to know how much is he gonna make? Could he make 6 to 8K a month? So
That's a good question.
yeah, so what do you think?
It's a really detailed question. 6,000 to 8,000 a month, living in California. Yeah, well, the cost of living in California is really high. So I would say, I mean, it'll take a long time before you make that amount. I mean, depends on where you're working. Hospitals pay pretty good. But I mean, you need at least what do you think, like 2 years experience?
Mm-hmm.
At least 2 years experience to be making, that type of money. But it depends on the area. If it's LA, yeah, it's like you have to make that much to live,
Mm-hmm. Well, after 2 years, like, how much do you think somebody would be making in LA?
In LA?
Let's see, what's out there? Like UCLA, USC. Like,
Well,
how much in a 2-week check? Like, how much would their check? How much do you think? How much do you think they pay there?
Well, UCLA actually posts their pay on their job listings. So I would say it looks like they pay from 45 to 60 an hour. So if you're working full time, I don't know what that's like.
Let's do the calculations here.
I don't know, what is that, like 4,000 a paycheck, maybe?
It's 50.
So yeah, let's say 50. So yeah, that's like 4,000 a paycheck.
After taxes, what, 30, 32?
Yeah. So
in
in a month, let's say you're making like
6,400.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, that works.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's possible.
Mhm.
Okay. He's like, well, what's the schedule like? Do they let you work 5 days a week for 8 hours, or is it more to less? So I don't know. You can work. We work 4 10-hour days. Hospitals. When I worked for a hospital, we were doing like 5 8-hour days. So it just, I don't know. It depends on where you're at. I haven't really talked to anyone who's done 12-hour days.
Yeah. There are hospitals that do that. So it's fly in here.
Fly in here. God damn.
I want some sushi.
Get out of here. Next question is, how difficult is the MRI program? What do you think?
It's It's not easy, but it's something you have to dedicate your time to, because I think if you study and you do what is required of you, you're gonna pass. I mean, I'm sure that it's harder for some people. It's harder for some people, like to understand some of the concepts maybe, but I don't think it's not impossible. Is it hard? It's not easy. It's hard to say because everyone's different, but for me, I mean, I did it. I don't think I failed anything. I got pretty good grades, and I passed my ART the first time. I did pretty good on that test. So I would say no.
No?
Yeah. No, at least not for me. It wasn't. I think more what was harder was not sleeping and not being able to spend time with family and doing other things like fun things.
That could be the hard part, right?
Yeah, for me, I think that was the hard part.
Well, I think it was a little easier for us because we had some medical experience. We did phlebotomy and MA. So when you get into the MRI program or you're starting your prerequisites, you're going to take anatomy, physiology, and all that. And that's something that we already did, man. So we already knew, like, the beginning. They're talking about cells and all that stuff. We already knew, like, all that. So, all right. What else is this guy talking
That's true. It does help to have a background in the medical field.
Yeah.
But there were people in my class that had no medical healthcare experience.
Yeah.
And they made it. I mean, they did just fine. So
True. He's saying a couple reasons why he changed. Well, it looked like he was going to school to be a dentist. But number one, he didn't want to go to school for 10 years. The courses were heavy, kind of hard. So yeah, so he's just like, he's basically just trying to figure it out. I would say don't just do something for the money.
Yeah.
Don't just say, oh, I want to do this because
it pays
it's
good.
2 years and it pays
It's quick,
good.
yeah.
Because you're going to come, if you do it for the money, you're going to come out and you're going to hate it.
And you're going to be in debt.
In debt, 40 grand or whatever you paid for school. So I would say just keep watching more videos on MRI. Try to just figure out if it's right for you, before you just hop in for the money. This person said, what are your school recommendations in California? We went to Castellano College in Van Nuys. I can say that school was great. I've heard that West Coast ultrasound is good. If you're down here in Southern California, I've heard good things about Gurnick, some bad things, but at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be the best school ever. As long as you get that ART license and you get a good clinicals, you're good. I think everything else you can learn on yourself. All the book stuff, whatever, man. You can do that all pretty much on your own with a little bit of assistance, with your teacher teaching you maybe MRI physics, but everything else is just memorization, you know what I mean? You're just memorizing definitions and stuff. So it's like anatomy, it's like,
can you smell this when you open it? It's like,
yeah,
it smells spicy.
Okay. How much did we pay for college? They're starting school. Okay. I think it was around like 30 grand. It could have been less, like, well, we took out some money, it could have been like 25, but keep in mind, this was like, for me, this was like 5 years ago, maybe. So school is going up, but don't let that stop you, because
Yeah.
even if it's like 50, 60 grand, it's
You'll
gonna
pay it back.
yeah, you're gonna be able to pay it back. It's
It's
gonna
a little
change.
scary, but
Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, taking out a big
Mhm.
big loan. So
yeah. And usually, I don't know if all of you know this, but if you don't get a job right away,
mm,
you're not required to pay your loan back right away. They usually do give you some time to find a job before you start having to pay that back.
mm-hmm. So basically, he's coming from media. Now he's thinking about changing to the medical field,
Mm-hmm.
and he's asking me, "Do you think I should do it and get in it right away?" Man, like I said, you gotta do your research, and yeah, you got a stupid fly in here, man. So with anything like that, I would say just continue to do the research.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like dealing with patients? Are you somebody that wants to help people get better and deal with, you're dealing with a lot of elderly people, sick people, hurt people?
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to do that? Is that something that would interest you?
Yeah.
Do you like?
You have to be able to have compassion for someone who's maybe in pain and just very demanding
Mm-hmm.
of you. You need to be able to take care of someone
Yeah.
when they're not doing great, basically.
Yeah. Check it out.
You know,
True.
which is not easy. It's not for everyone, but that's why we make these videos, so maybe you guys can
Yeah.
get some insight on what it's like,
Yeah.
just to see, if it's maybe something you really want to do.
Yep. And you're not gonna just be pressing a button,
Mm-mm.
sitting at a desk doing 3 patients a day.
Mm-mm.
It's not really like that.
It's not.
It's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you see stuff that grosses you out? I've been looking into doing MRI for a while, but I was on Google and people were saying it isn't uncommon to see blood, poop, phlegm, or depends on where you work.
Mm-hmm.
Working in outpatient, I mean, you're gonna see some blood, but not really. I mean, you're drawing you're injecting contrast and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, blood's minimal. Sorry, guys, it's freaking flying here. Blood's minimal. You do see people come in with the diabetic foot or ulcers and little things like that. Not too bad.
But it's not like you have to look at it.
Yeah.
You don't have to. They don't have to remove their socks or anything. I mean, unless it's just exposed. But usually those ulcers are
What?
covered up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't think we really see. I mean, we don't really
Go back.
see any body fluids.
Says, does the radiologist give the go-ahead for an MRI if the x-ray shows metal in the eyes, or do you determine if it's safe? Basically, they're asking who gives the clearance for an MRI to have metal in their eyes. It's going to be the radiologist.
Mm-hmm.
Radiologist is going to determine if the patient has metal in the eyes. They're going to get an x-ray of their orbits, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty common.
Mm-hmm.
It says, I'm curious if you can be an MRI tech. Oh, this person has implants to a knee or hip replacement. Yeah, that's safe.
Mm-hmm.
They are also saying, what about dressing for work? Do you have to make sure not to wear metal in your hair or accessories, metal glasses, metal jewelry?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So you can wear glasses. They usually will stay on. Like on the 3T, my glasses, they're a metal frame. So when I turn my head, if I turn my head directly into the bore, they'll fly out. And it's happened. It's happened before. But no, they're usually fine. I mean, unless it's a fully metal frame, you gotta just, watch the way you turn your head. so that they don't like fall off when you're really close to the magnet. You do have to avoid wearing hair accessories though. But some people wear jewelry. It's not gonna fly off. Your earrings aren't gonna fly off. Your necklace, unless it's very thin and weak and it breaks or something, it's not gonna fly off. Any loose items though, yeah, you have to keep your pockets empty of keys or anything like, or coins. Just because, you never know, they might. Usually, I mean, the pocket will hold it in usually, but you never know. You never know. It could just like fly out of your pocket and
You never know.
and just you never know. So
I'm
yeah.
sure you never know.
So you just just don't wear those type of things. But glasses are fine, braces are fine, and joint replacements are fine.
Yeah. Okay. This next person said, "Did you guys work while in the MRI program? What is your advice for people that need a job at the same time? I'm trying to go to Gurnick. Thanks for the advice." Yeah, when I started the MR program, I was working full time. I did the Saturday program, so that's why I chose that, so I can work full time and then go to school Saturday, all day Saturday. Then I did the online classes, which was great at Castelloma. That's why I highly recommend that if you have to work. And yeah, I toughed through it. That's my advice. Try to do a weekend thing, knock it out, or just try to limit your hours. If you do have to work a lot, try to make it work. Change your job if you have to.
Yeah.
What else was I going to tell you? So yeah, that's my advice. The clinical part too, I did work full time. I don't recommend that. I mean, it really took a toll on my body.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's really hard. I do not recommend that.
Because they require you to do full-time.
32 hours a week.
Full-time clinicals.
Yeah. So I was, basically I was working, I don't know, 70 plus hours a week or something like that. Just working full time, 40, 30, yeah. So it's like 72 hours. So I don't recommend doing that. It's not healthy. It's not good for you.
Yeah.
But if you got to do what you got to do, it is possible
to
do, but you're going to be really tired. I gained a lot of weight. I gained like 30. You would think you would lose weight, but I wasn't sleeping good.
You're eating at the wrong times. Yeah.
I would eat fast food. I drank a lot of Rockstar.
Yeah.
I just really bad. Didn't go work out.
Because you're too busy and tired.
Yeah, I was really tired.
So when I was doing clinicals, I actually got hired at my clinical site, like just a few months into my clinical. So I was basically there like 50 hours a week.
Did you work? You didn't work while you went to school?
Because I worked, not while I went to school, no. But during the clinicals, they just offered, they needed somebody, so I took it just to do, just to get some money. Just to get,
you were broke?
Plus, it helped me be there more so I could learn more, although sometimes you do want to probably get away from it. But yeah, I was doing probably like 50 hours.
Yeah, it's hard. You're going to be tired.
Yeah.
Also, I recommend, if you do lessen your hours or you do decide to not work, you're just going to have to change your lifestyle. You probably shouldn't be eating sushi and all this stuff. We didn't always eat like this. We ate chicken, rice every day. Just the basics. We didn't go out to eat. We weren't taking these crazy vacations. We just cut back, just cut back and save money. We weren't buying all this stuff, shoes, clothes, this and that. We knew we can get it eventually. It's just, you got to know.
You have to know your limit to
right?
what you can spend.
And we're fine with that.
Yeah. We were shopping.
Yeah.
Mostly grocery outlets.
Yep.
Right.
Get our clothes from Target, whatever, man.
Just minimal.
Minimal stuff, man. Regular
minimal
t-shirt,
stuff.
regular this and that. Had no problem with it.
Yeah.
Was not driving a Tesla.
No.
You know, we had whatever, Mazda.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. With that.
All right, so we're just gonna answer one more question. We're getting full. It's a lot of sushi,
Yeah.
but okay. Look, this guy says, "I'm 31. Will I be the oldest dude in my class at community college?"
No. Definitely not.
No.
No.
No
I
way.
had people in my MRI class who were older, and even in MA school, phlebotomy school, right? We had classmates who were maybe like in their 50s.
50s, man.
Yeah.
So.
And even, we meet people now that have become an X-ray tech or MRI tech in their 40s or.
Yeah.
So
for
yeah,
sure.
it's never too late.
Yeah, it's never too late.
No way.
And why would you care what other people think? You're trying to better your life. It's only like 2 years out of your life too to change. Everything can change.
Yeah,
don't
it's
let that slow you
never.
down,
Yeah,
man.
it's never
Don't
too
slow- yeah.
late to. It's never too late to start something new and to better yourself.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So if you're caught in between, oh, am I too old? No, no way. So, like you said, we have techs that are in there. You become X-ray techs when they're in their 50s. So, 31, come on. All right. I hope you guys liked this video. Subscribe. Come back. We'll do some more videos. Leave your questions. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll
Thank
catch
you,
you
guys.
later. Bye.